Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Wednesday edition of The Crew. I will be your host this evening. Fuzzy, obviously. I'm not the mayor. I guess I am the deputy mayor, the assistant mayor tonight. He is he's rubbing elbows with the rich and famous tonight, so he can't be with us. But who we do have with us this evening is, of course, the Spot 518's own Michael Hallisey. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's going on there, Fuzz? How you doing?
Good to see you, my man. Good to see you.
Likewise.
Looks like we have a small crew today. It looks like it's just you and I for now.
It's it's the cool kids. I think we got the mayor's off doing his thing. I believe he's over up to the Saratoga for the Eddie's Hall of Fame. So
Yes.
we're the B team. I guess
we're holding it down. We're the foundation of Nippertown tonight.
So the foundation.
We have very big shoes to fill. Got some topics to talk about tonight, and so those of you who like to jump in and find out what it's about and then leave, don't leave, because I got a special giveaway tonight. We're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to go see the Flaming Lips Saturday, November 13th at 8 p.m. at the Palace Theater. I'm not one of those contest guys. I'm not one of those hop on your left foot, be the 17th caller, and wait till Venus and Mercury line up. So
you got to give them something to do. So what are you going to have them do?
I'm going to have them follow Nippertown and That Fuzzing Rock Show on Facebook and or YouTube.
But if they already are following,
if they do both of those, and then just come on here in the comments section and say, I want to go.
Okay. That works.
Easy enough, right? So if you guys want to go see the Flaming Lips in a little while, not yet. We'll be giving those away a little bit later. So stay tuned for that.
Palace, they did, what's his name? Gabriel Iglesias there was over at the Palace for 2 nights. And I wasn't there. I saw pictures. They had the whole place packed. You see that?
Yeah, that dude is funny, man. He's just,
fluffy. Absolutely. Yeah. I would be at work. This was prior to my days at the Spot. I was working at, an insurance call center. Didn't have to answer the phones the entire time, but to pass the time, right? I would have YouTube running in the background with one of his shows, and I'd have my headphones on so no one else could hear. And man, that helps you. When you're working at a soul-sucking type of a job environment, having something like that playing in the background makes the time go by that much quicker. So he is a godsend. I love that guy. He's my favorite comedian.
He's gotten a little bit more into the edgier stuff, but he always used to be a clean comic.
Yeah.
He was always worked clean. Every now and then he'll throw in a curse word, and he talks about, smoking weed with his kid and stuff. But other than that, I mean, he's just a funny guy.
Did you ever see, it's his Hawaiian special. Did you ever see the Hawaiian special where he talks about how he was trying to gathering up his welcoming bucket for a buddy of his? The racist bucket.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was like, it's like, for someone like me, I was like, I don't know if I should be laughing at this, but I'm laughing. It's ridiculous. And it's so bad. But he's so funny. Oh my God. You gotta, yes. I'm surprised I actually, didn't get fired from my job, because, I'm supposed to be doing work, but here I am. I'm listening to this guy busting out all these jokes, and you can't not laugh.
Right. I just saw Chappelle's last one, The Closer.
Yeah. Oh, the one that's on Netflix, getting some hate right about now. Yeah.
He went for it, man. He went for it. Wow.
You got to expect that from Dave. I mean, that's been his MO for 20 years now.
I think in today's culture, what sucks the most is that comics can't be comics anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They can't. People have lost the ability to laugh at themselves, I think. Not me, dude. I mean, I I'm probably my own worst critic and laugh every second of when I criticize myself.
Well,
A lot of people just can't seem to laugh at their own insecurities anymore. It's pretty bad.
the benchmark is, Blazing Saddles, right? You and I are old enough to remember Blazing Saddles, that being on HBO, whatnot, outside of the theaters, right? And that used to be on all the time, right?
Can you
And
imagine
that
them trying a
was
movie like that now?
you don't see it
There's
ever.
not even
There's
no
no
way.
way. No television station is going to carry that.
Nope.
It's the jokes will just in today's climate would just fall flat.
And
And
if you look at that particular movie too, it wasn't like it was. There's a lot of racist stuff in there, but it wasn't
oh yeah.
aimed at one particular race. They
Hmm.
got everybody. They
They
went
got
after
everybody.
everybody. They got everybody.
And that's the thing. I think there's a couple of comics that are out there that are like that too. Like they'll make, if they share a joke that's targeting one group, he'll share a joke that's targeting, like his ethnicity. And it just is, I don't know. If you can, I don't know. For me, I'm sensitive enough and know enough people, know a lot of people, and just from my line of work and whatnot, conscious of how those jokes can be received in the wrong way, and
Mhm.
probably it's safe to shy away from it. But I do hear what you're saying. When you know the person where it's coming from, and like when you're between two buddies, when you're with a friend, right? And he says something, you can say something. Like, I can call you a goofball, I can call you much worse than that. But, if some stranger says the same thing I just said,
You're
you're
fighting.
going to step back and you go, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
You're like, we're not on that level. You
No.
don't, you can't say that to me, kind of a
Right.
thing.
Right.
And I think that's where we lost it. I think that I think society today, there's not enough trust. There's not enough of, uh, what do you want to say? The benefit of the doubt. Nobody has the benefit of the doubt anymore, because you have to second guess what people's intentions are these days. And so that's where we're not seeing anything like Blazing Saddles anytime soon.
I think a lot
But
of people's sensitivities are set too high too. I mean, it's
mhm.
um, and I'm kind of the flip side of the coin of this whole thing. I think that people's sensitivity settings are set too high these days. It's like just
Well, you're laid back. That's how you are. You're a laid kind of a guy, I think.
it's
No?
super laid back tonight.
That's how you should be in life. I mean, Jesus, don't be so uptight. Don't be so antagonistic. I mean, uh just freaking, enjoy yourself. Life is too damn short.
No, that's true, man. Listen, I'm pretty well set in my ways, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't leave the house a lot. I don't.
No, neither do
It's
I,
me. I
man.
mean, I just that's. I mean, it's by choice. I kind of engross myself in my work, which is now
Mm-hmm.
the crew and that wasn't rock show. So I'm kind of just I'm in that. I do a lot of research. Um, I try to keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on around here, music wise. And it's a lot. I think I do more work now than I did when I worked the railroad. It's um,
Yeah.
not having to go to a 9 to 5 every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice, but it gets boring. Then I started doing this, and it's like now I'm like hyper focused in doing this and that, and
It can be
a lot of
tough.
my social life suffers because of that. And
Oh
I have
yeah.
people that are trying to break me out of that habit right now. So
Well, you're up in Saratoga this Saturday, weren't you? Was this
I
Saturday? So
was
you were
I
out of the house.
I was out and about, out of the bunker. It
Yeah.
was work, but still,
You were promoting
I made
some,
that.
like, some stuff that was going down over in the heartbeat of Saratoga Springs,
right.
otherwise known as the Putnam Place.
What a nice club, man. That is a nice club there.
Yeah, it is.
I like the Putnam Place. That's
Was CeeLo there?
CeeLo was there. I got to meet CeeLo.
He's my man.
Um,
Love him.
CeeLo and I sat down and talked for a little while. CeeLo's a good dude.
Yes.
I gave him one of my business cards. I
Yeah.
gave the bartender Nicole my business card because
Okay. There you go.
she was wearing leather pants. How could I not? I told her, she goes, oh my God, I love your beard. I'm like, I love your pants. I'm sorry, I've been staring all night. I can't help it. She said, well, that's
You
why
said
I
it
went.
just like that. You stammered. You're like, I love,
did too. I was
your,
like,
I love your pads.
I did. And then, she said, well, that's why I wear them. So
Yeah.
she knows the deal. She's not stupid.
She's
Good
a
for her.
bartender.
That's
She's
called
like,
enterprising.
work those tips, man, or work for those tips. Excuse me. You know what I mean.
Yeah, but it was a good show. One of the bands wasn't able to play because of COVID. Two of their guys got COVID, so they had to quarantine. So they backed out. It was 2 instead of 3 bands,
Yeah.
but it was great. One of the highlights of the night was they did DeVere did a 50-50 to benefit the Breast Cancer Research Foundation I've been doing for the show for the month.
Okay. Yeah. Because
And
it's October, so it's that time of the year.
it was $175.
Nice.
The girl that won said put the rest of it in with it. So
Mhm.
the full 175 is going into the pile that we have on that Fuzz and 518 show for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation.
Great.
We're at like almost $400
Okay.
for the
That's
month.
good.
So it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. So
I appreciate that effort. Thank you very much, my mother.
yeah, buddy. I mean, I did it because someone that's very close to me had it,
Mm-hmm.
balled up her fist, said, fuck you, you ain't gonna beat me, and fought it and won.
Yeah.
Now she's healthy, she feels good, and
Awesome.
I figured I'd do my little part to help out, So we
Awesome.
dyed this pink for the month.
Yep.
I cannot wait till November 1st because it's going right back to green, dude. I can't take it no more.
I'm follically challenged, so I really can't,
Every time I see it, I'm like, oh man, what's the date today? It's not
It's
bad.
the 27th. You still got a few more days, man.
It's not bad. It's just I miss my green, man. I miss my green. So
I try to. I can never ever grow a beard like you do. I try every now and then. Like I'll go. My wife will stop me after about 2 weeks, right? Because I can't go in for a kiss. I go in. She said, "Nah, you feel like a Brillo pad or something
like this, you get the
you
spikes
feel like
sticking out.
one of those steel wool kind of a thing. You're not coming near me with that." So after like 2 weeks, even though it's like when I was younger, I would try and it would just be uneven and just not look good at all. Not to mention, I would be like a calico cat because I got like I'm like Irish, German, Scot, everything under the sun, right? So my beard would reflect that. I would get dark hair, blonde hair, white hair, black hair, red hair. It was just nothing even about it. So now that I've gotten older, it evens out to more gray. But in any event, 2 weeks tops, and then I have to shave it off.
We used to have a guy at the railroad. He couldn't. He grew patches.
Yeah.
So we call him patches until he shaved himself into shaving it. He get pissed.
That's the worst, though. You try and you just can't. You get the patches, and that's also issue of mine. And it's you try and you just can't do it. So whatever.
I told him
also can't grow up here, so
I told him we could get some spray on glue, and I would donate some of my body hair to him. He didn't accept that though.
No, they make the spray paint for the hair. Well, they market it for the top of the head though. But I mean, try that. You can try that, right?
Dude, when I first turned to start the show on my own,
yeah,
I'd started growing a mohawk, and it was probably about that tall.
Yes.
And I was going to keep it that tall and just kind of spike it up, and that would be it. So,
yep.
And then once I started getting my logos drawn for me, it was always drawn with the long hair on top. So I just kept letting it go.
Yep.
and I've had hats on for the last 6 months, maybe 7 months. So nobody really knows what's going on up underneath here.
Yeah. So what's going on?
You want to see? I'll show you.
Yeah, do it.
It's
You got
scary,
the.
but
Do you still have the mohawk? Oh, you don't have. Oh, look at that.
do I ever, dude?
There you. You know what you need? You
It's
need
up
like.
there.
It's like you need like glue, like super glue to get
Elmer's
that
glue.
spiky. Yeah, Elmer's glue. I don't know what
Elmer's
super
glue
glue,
and an
but
iron.
definitely Elmer's glue.
Elmer's glue and an iron will make that thing stand right straight up.
Because Aquanet is not going to keep that up.
No.
No.
I think one day before I cut it off, I'll stand it straight up. I'll Elmer's
There
glue
you,
it. And
there you go. And then you get to snap a picture for the social media for Instagram. You guys
yes,
save
yeah, oh
that
yeah,
moment.
there'll definitely be pictures circulating of it.
It's an
So,
IG moment.
as a matter of fact, and we'll get to our topics in a minute, guys. I'm sorry, we're just kind of rambling on here, but I actually found, and I had to remove it. I was watching YouTube videos the other day,
Okay.
and no of my shows.
Yep.
I'm not self-centered. I'm
No,
just
but you're like critiquing yourself.
exactly.
Yep.
So I was watching it, and I notoriously do these podcasts without pants on.
We
It's
know.
not a secret. People know it.
People know.
I don't know how it started. It just did, and I stuck with it. So I wound up, and I won't go too far back, but I wound up pushing my chair back like this to grab something.
Uh-oh.
And I went too far back. I was watching the YouTube video.
It got through the sensors.
I'm like, oh my God. I had no idea. I was like, yeah, let's remove that one real quick.
That's surprising because YouTube is, for all the videos that posted up. I did a story and I can't remember the exact figure, but it's like mind-boggling how many videos are posted up in a minute's time, right? But despite that, like if you post something up, like I've posted up an interview with someone, like when I used to do a podcast, and the audio file would flip on over to YouTube, right?
Yep.
The streaming service that I used did that, and some of the music that I had used was copyrighted, and so it was copyright. I guess copyrighted music is a definite red flag, and they'll catch
Yes.
you. This one in particular that I was talking about, though, is that they kept it. They allowed for it. The person that owned the rights, I think it was Viacom. I think that song in particular was the MTV, the old MTV theme, and I think that was flagged. So it was actually a pretty popular episode, but I'm not going to get any monetary, return from it because of that. But it was nice. They were gracious enough not to pull it completely because they have that right to do it too.
Yeah, I get them a lot on my show. I get the one I use for my end credits. I get that every week. I have to dispute every week. I win the dispute every week. Yet they won't put in there that they won't put a provision in there that it's allowed. It gets flagged every week. I dispute it every week. I win it every week. But I have to go through the same process every single week.
It's tough. It's tough. So many people have been brought up thinking that they could use 5 seconds of a song or 3 seconds of a song, and it's like they're okay. And that's not true. You got to go with stuff that is open domain, free domain, or you got to go and ask somebody to do something. Pay them to do a unique song for you so that you can do it and use it without having to fear that someone's going to come down on you with some copyright infringement.
Yeah, the robots can grab it within 3 notes.
Oh yeah,
they're that good. So let's talk about venue promotion.
All right.
Band promotion, venue promotion. I remember back in the day, it was cool to bring your flyers that you were playing at Saratoga Winners to the queue.
Okay. Yep.
The queue, and you brought your flyers to Bogies, and
Mm-hmm.
You were playing bogeys and you brought your flyers to the winners and
Yep.
you brought your flyers all over the place.
Yeah.
It seems like nowadays that's kind of shied away from. And I think that everybody kind of loses in that.
I
I
don't.
feel like I don't know. I feel like if these guys, and I'm not saying like, well, let's take Putnam Place for example.
Mm-hmm.
We have a show on Friday, but you guys should go see this one instead. Not what I'm saying.
Yep.
I'm just saying that if you have a band there, and local bands should be going out and supporting other local bands. While you're at that
True.
venue, you should be able to hand out flyers. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
somebody's handing out flyers for Diffuse Box at Putnam Place,
Mm-hmm.
now a band that's going to be playing Putnam Place could go down to Diffuse Box, and that should be okay too. So it's kind of like trading off one for the other, but it's just all in promotion. We used to do it all the time, and that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. So like what you're talking about is like, so say for instance, you're at a punk concert, right? At the Fuse Box.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as a member of a punk band, you're going to be playing at another venue. Well, you're going to hit that show because that's your crowd. You're going to hit the Fuse Box because that's
Right.
your crowd,
Yep.
right? That's your music. That's your people. They're going to want to see your show. So you go there, you bring your flyers with you, you hand it out, or you leave it at the table when they walk through the door, and that's how it used to be. And so they
100%.
would know, okay, I got to go to that next venue next weekend to go see this band, to go see my band. First, I don't know. I think kind of it's like an antiquated type of advertising now. Kind of like so many people, you're using Facebook, you're using podcasts, you're using email blasts, and hitting up Nippertown, Spot 518, all these other publications, and to get the message out that you're going to be playing at these shows. So you don't run into that. But if you are going to be using the flyers, what you're running into is probably not so much the other bands that are playing at that show right then and there, but you're dealing with the venue owners, the floor managers there, the promoter. I'm assuming the promoter of that show that night might not be the same promoter of the show next week. If that person is, and I would think that, a lot of times that is the case, because like some of the promoters that we have focus on one genre or a couple of genres, right? And so that scene, you don't run into that situation where you're going to cross, a particular promoter. I guess that's the common denominator for me, is like if you have someone who's promoting that show that you're attending, that you're handing out your flyer to, that promoter's going to be okay with it. I don't know.
I used to love going out and flyering Albany. Just going out with, you had a staple gun, a backpack with a staple gun, a box of staples in it. Sometimes a spare staple gun because one would break.
Yeah.
And then a stack of flyers. You just go telephone
around town. Yep. Telephone poles.
Plywood windows, like whatever you could staple, you would. That was half the fun of it, was just walking around Albany, hanging out, handing out flyers, stapling them up. And then you drive down the road later, and that's all you would see is your white flyers hanging up or your black flyers hanging up.
Yeah.
You're like,
well, you had to go like different colors. You had to go like glowing green or something like that. You're better at promoting. Like I watch your show, the Fuzzing Rock Show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got so much stuff that's going on in the background when you're talking in the microphone. Like, you are a promotional machine. So you know what the hell you're talking about.
I honestly don't know where it came from. I've never done like any schooling for marketing or anything like that. It all comes down to your brand and represent your brand. And it, like it or not, a band is a brand.
Oh yeah.
whether they see it as as a brand or not. Your band is your brand, and that's what ultimately what you're selling is your brand. I'm selling my show.
Yeah.
My show consists of a little green head logo and me spewing stuff for an hour each week.
Yeah. No,
Mostly, hopefully, giving you guys information and laughs, but sometimes it's boring. I get it. I know. I understand. It
you
can't all be immaterial.
listen, I'm just saying that you should be providing a master class. I think you should be charging like this is a possible, you could get you should get some money out of this. I'm just saying. That's just me. Because I'm lousy at it. Listen, all I know how to do is write and put papers together, and I take pictures every now and then. That's it. I went to school for writing, and that's all I did.
Which means you could write a hell of an advertisement.
Maybe. Sometimes I do, and sometimes,
See,
I've been writing so much. I was telling you offline, dude. I'm just cooked.
there's only so many words in a dictionary. You use most of them this week, I think.
I think I'm tapped out, man. I think I used every word in my head, and I'm lucky that I'm able to carry on this conversation.
That's it. You're done, right? Dude, I, I want to see promotions of bands go higher, and a lot of that falls on the bands can't rely on Nippertown or the venue or venue, especially not the venue, because the
Mhm.
venue wants to promote themselves. Obviously, they want to bring people in the door. I get that. More people they bring in the door, the more they sell at the bar, the more money they make. Granted,
Yeah. Mhm,
but
mhm.
you got to figure a venue has a month's worth at least of stuff going on,
Yep.
and however many shows that may be, it may be 3 shows a week. They may be doing 4 shows a week. Some do 6 shows a week. Their focus is not on promoting your band. That's on you.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So bands need to get on that promotion wagon. Like it's cool that they come to Nippertown and to me and to, you know, whatever other media outlets are. And it's great that you use those, but use your social medias, but get out there in person.
Mhm.
Support that band. They'll come support you. And then uh, when everybody starts supporting each other, that's when you kind of build this community that we're looking for. And you want to see people start coming to shows.
Yeah.
That's what happens is when everybody kind of bands together, promotes each other, you know,
And you
don't leave
see
anybody
that.
in
You
the dust.
see we have a music scene that is not um like between the bands, not very competitive. I see a lot of folks, when I was hitting the live shows and not being a house cat and COVID wasn't a problem, I would be out there and I would see, bands supporting one another. Girl Blue or Dark Honey or something like that would be on the stage, and you would see, the Age, you'd see Zan, you'd see Bent, and a whole bunch of these other guys. You know, uh, Matt from Wild Adriatic would be there. I mean, uh, they're out there, they're supporting one another, but there's the business side of things as well.
Mhm.
The venues, like you had said, they're concerned about promoting the shows that are going to be on their stage. Then you got the individual promoters, you got the Greg Bells of the world who want to make sure that the bands that they brought in from out of town, make sure that they cover the bill, cover the price of bringing them in, so that
Absolutely.
he doesn't take a wash.
Mhm.
So he's got his focus, right? And local bands, if they're playing local, you know they got to make sure that they have to embrace the marketing, they have to embrace so many other facets of the business, and there's a lot of them out there. The more successful ones do understand this quite well, better than me, and they know how to work social media. They know how to keep the name out there and keep the brand out there, so that when a show comes up that they're going to be playing, over at Public Parish House or over at Fuse Box or over at Putnam Place that already they have that audience established so that when they need to get the word out, it's right there. It's
Yep.
right out there. They already have their, 300, 400, 800,000 followers, already are made aware that I'm going to be playing over, in Saratoga Springs. Go check me out. Or I'm going to be in Saratoga or whatever, or, Schenectady, Albany, whatever. And, come check me out. And they'll get their crowds.
I had the opportunity at the when I was at Putnam Place the other night. I was outside catching a breath of fresh air, and who walks up but Joe Mansman?
Yeah, nice.
Joe walked in, was checking out the band and stuff, but that's what it's all about. I mean, Joe's from up in the he's up in the high northern plains of this area. So
Is it Queensbury he's from?
he's
There's a couple of folks
up in
out
like
there
Hudson
from up
Falls
there.
area, yeah. Hudson
Yeah.
Falls, Glens Falls area. He's up there, yeah. And come down, checking out the bands and stuff, which is awesome. I love seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
Another thing I love seeing too is like the opening band hanging out and watching the band they open for.
Yeah.
Or the band that the opening band is opening for is right out in front. Watching the band that are opening for them. I dig that. That's classy. That's a cool move. Bands need to do more of that for sure.
You see that a lot. All right. Crap. I forget the opening act. It was when Hailstorm and in this moment we're up at Albany's. I always want to call it the Civic Center there because the smaller venue that's across the street from the freaking A. I'm losing it, man. I am losing my mind. Anyway,
The
so
Armory?
that would be, huh?
The Armory?
No, not the Armory. Over to Albany Center. What is it called? The Albany, the Civic Center thing. Anyway, the opening act was right there. You know where there's the photographer's pit right in front of the stage? They have the barriers where they're not really seats. They're more for I guess a foothold or something like that.
Right.
And I was bouncing around back and forth in the photographer's pit, and I nearly tripped on somebody. And I was like, here I am. I tripped. My instant reaction is to be pissed, right? Albany Capitol Center. Thank you, Matt.
Nice, man.
Anyway, I trip, and my instant reaction is I'm pissed. Like, who the hell is sitting in the photographer pit? It's like, that's freaking ridiculous, right? And I look, it's the lead singer to the opening act. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
My bad.
My bad. Just you stay there. That's cool. But it's she's taking in the show, just like being inconspicuous. That the crowd doesn't see where she is or whatnot. But at the same time, she's getting like the best view of the show right there.
And that another thing about that too is it's cool that she's not detracting attention from the band that's opening for her.
Yep.
Because if she had gone out in the front where people could see her, all attention would immediately go there, at least for the first 8 rows or so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no, that's awesome. That's cool. So let's talk Halloween because Halloween's coming up.
Okay.
And we have a lot of Halloween concerts. Halloween concerts are cool. And I'm not sure if these are all Halloween concerts. A lot of them are. Some of them are like the costume contests and stuff, but
which is tough because Halloween's on Sunday this year.
Yes.
That stinks.
But unless, Friday and Saturday, you got a bunch of stuff coming Friday and Saturday
that works.
And some decent names too. Yeah. Annie in the Water and the Hilltop is at Lark Hall. Girth Control is at the Hangar. That's gonna for a Halloween show. That would be one of my pick. Toombs Dixon's gonna be up in Woodstock, the Bearsville.
Yep.
Whatever the hell that Bearsville Theater.
Yeah, it's
down read my own writing. I'm getting see it's that.
Woodstock. It's. I know Jim calls it. It's still Nippertown. It's down there. But if you're willing to drive up to like from where I'm at, just like right south of Albany, to drive up to Saratoga, If I'm willing to do that, then I'm willing to drive from here to Woodstock. It's the same distance.
Woodstock's cool, man. It's just I like going in the summer, seeing all the cool hippies walking around and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
fun
absolutely.
stuff.
Absolutely.
What else we got? Society High, Police
Mhm.
Hotel. The Cretin Hop Halloween with horror business is gonna be the Fuse Box. Hackoween Fulton Street Block Party. It's gonna be at the Whiskey Pickle. I just like saying
Whiskey Pickle. Yeah, you do. That's a fun name.
Yes,
That says
absolutely.
get the hell out. It's the same distance. No excuse. Yeah, but see, Woodstock is not right off the highway, right? It's like
It's not right off the highway. It's close though.
It's close. I mean, it's Saratoga Springs is closer, Woodstock. Yo, I went to Woodstock with the mayor, with Gilbert, before COVID.
Yeah.
I'm not a good passenger. In fact, I'm a lousy passenger. If there's any driving that's going to take place, I want to be driving.
Really?
I'm not good. I used to be before I got my license, right? Before I got my license in high school. Everybody else had their license. I had to, obviously sit there and take it. And it was not a problem because I had this overwhelming trust for people to be able to drive, safely, which is not the case. Now that I'm old and have, something to live for,
Yes.
I do not take lightly the responsibility of driving a motor vehicle. And so, yeah, when Jim was driving, and he's an okay driver until it was like midnight, 1:00 in the morning, right? And Woodstock doing Woodstock. I think he missed a turn, right? But he realized he missed a turn right after he missed a turn, and he slams on his brakes. I'm not paying attention.
Oh no!
He slams on his brakes, and that's okay because there's nobody behind us. There's nobody around us. I was just like one of those Battlestar Galactica things in reverse. It's like you're cruising. Next thing you know, my head stopped. Like, what the hell was that? I turned on him. That's exactly how I said it. I was like, what the hell? It's like, oh, we just missed a turn. I'm like, okay, but you could have just. Never mind. I'm driving next time.
Yeah, but you got to admit too, the mayor's like he's so even tempered that like he would just walk up to you and be like, "Dude, what's wrong?" "Oh, I just got this stab wound in my chest. No big deal." I'm like, "Dude, you have like an open wound in your chest." Yeah, I know.
It's all right. Let's move on.
So we have the aftermath at Albany Distilling Company.
Yeah.
Super Dark Days Halloween at Rare Form Brewing Company. Radio X has their Halloween party at the Ancient Order of Hibernians and Watervliet. That's the Erotics, Black Cat Elliott, Brother T, and the Va Voodoos. Another fun name to say.
The Vava. I like their stuff.
And this, I think, if there was a choice, and I know I said I had what was my choice before? The Girth Control. If I had my choice of shows, and I think it's Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, freaking Conehead Buddha at the Hollow.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was on the calendar.
I saw that come across.
I will even double check it because now I'm was I dreaming? Was I
Because that's a name from the past, man.
Was I breathing the Jamaican air over here? What's going on? Like, I don't know. Let me double check that and make sure now because I'm starting to get paranoid.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
No, so Black Cat Elliott, that's one of the bands we were talking about promoting, right? And they was like 2 or 3 years ago, they released a CD. They just came out with a CD, right? And was it Mike? You can say Mike. Every third person in the Northeast is named Mike. So if you don't know a person's name, don't know a guy's name, just say Mike. Who's Mike? Anyway, So Black Cat Elliot, they sent me the CD of theirs, right? And I sat on it for a little bit, and the guy just dude, he was just so gracious. I sat on it for a little bit. I listened to it. I gave it a review afterwards, and I was just like, I was so impressed by him, by just because afterwards, after I had sat on it for a little bit, and he was just so thankful and just so such a nice guy.
That's Gus.
I was just Gus. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, that's Gus.
It was just I was so impressed by it. I was just like, this is a good guy. This is a good guy. So every time I hear Black Cat Elliot, I'm like, and not to mention I heard their stuff. Great stuff.
Yes.
That's a show you got to go to. Black Cat Elliot, the Erotics, Vava Voodoo's another good one. They had a lo-fi release a couple years back that just blew my mind. That I just thought was amazing.
Yeah. I went to high school with both Gus and Mark, the drummer.
Mm-hmm.
And Gus is a promoter. Gus will sell you.
Yeah.
Gus will write Black Cat Elliot on a post-it note and sell it to you if he could.
Yeah.
Gus is a promoter. But Gus is passionate about his music, and that's why he does it. But Gus is right out front when it comes to promoting the music, promoting the shows and stuff. Mm-hmm. He's right out there in the forefront. Gus, he's an awesome dude, and on stage, he commands the audience.
Yeah,
he'll keep you involved in the show. That's one thing I like about their live shows.
That's a good front man. Yeah, definitely.
He will definitely keep you right in line with what's going on with the show.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, yes, I just looked. It is Conehead Buddha. I'll give you all the particulars on it because that's a good one.
I know they came across my desk. Is that Greg? Is that a Greg?
Does not say. I would imagine so. Doesn't say on here, but Halloween weekend will never be the same as Conehead Buddha rises from the grave to wreak havoc on the world once again. That's at the Hollow Bar and Kitchen, 79 North Pearl Street, Albany. October 30th, Saturday. Be there. That'll be a good one. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, it would be.
Because I don't think, I mean, if they're playing again, it's probably going to be a lot of limited shows, I would imagine.
I think maybe it's just a reunion thing or whatnot, but man, hopefully there's a lot of good shows right there that you just listed off.
Yeah, and that's probably just some of them. I mean, it's just for more information, you guys can go to nippertown.com. Check out the calendar there. That's got all the information you guys will need. And not just for Halloween shows, for any shows.
So when you go to these Halloween shows, you going in with a costume on, or are you just going in as yourself?
I mean, I go dressed as Fuzzy.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's again, you got to keep up with the brand.
Dude, I got to ask.
You're going to public. You got to go looking like you. You got to be, people got to be able to recognize, hey, that's Fuzzy right there.
When I went to Gem Fest up at the Shirt Factory in Glens Falls this summer.
I remember that.
And I had a little booth there. Ralph and I had a booth there together.
Yep.
And somebody asked me, like, dude, are you always on? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you're always in like Fuzzy gear and you're always like with the green beard and the hat and like you're always Fuzzy. I'm like
it's your persona, like a different persona.
Me. Like, yeah, I am, because it's just me. Like, I wear this stuff on a daily basis. Like, why wouldn't I? It's free. Like a free shirt. Why wouldn't I?
I run into that situation all the time. People see me and they're like, well, you're always on like that?
You always Mike Hallisey? Well, yeah. That's what I said. I'm like, dude, that's just me. That's just me. I'm just me. What can I do,
Like if I had the choice to be this or something else, you think I'd choose this?
I'd probably be Mike Stampalia.
There you go.
So let's give away these Flaming Lips tickets, man. Saturday, November 13th, 8 p.m. at the Palace Theater. All you got to do is go follow Nippertown on Facebook. Follow that Fuzzing Rock Show on Facebook. Does the Spot 518 have a page? on
We have a
Facebook?
Facebook. We have a Facebook. Yeah.
Then you guys
Is
need
it?
to go over to the Spot 518, follow them as well. These tickets are like a $70 value, man. They're not cheap.
No.
Definitely
Do
not cheap.
it.
So it's going to be a pair of tickets to go see
So
the
you won't
Flaming
be
Lips.
going alone. You go with somebody.
That's right. Grab a buddy, grab a friend. You can take Hallis. You'll go with not because of
Sure.
pandemic. I'm sorry. I won't commit you this time. Um,
I'll just wear a mask and a hazmat suit.
hazmat suit. You look good in orange. Orange will bring out the color in your eyes. I guarantee.
There
that.
you go. There you go.
So anybody interested in these pair of tickets, all you have to do is just go in the chat and say, I want to go. It's that easy. I'm not going to make you jump on one hoof or, canter for us or anything like that. All you got to do is just say, I want to go. I'll take your name down, pass on to the powers that be, and you're going to see the Flaming Lips.
Matt's been commenting here all night long. I mean, come on. I'm sure he wants to go.
I'll send Matt. If Matt wants to go, I'll send him. All he's
Oh,
got to
that's
do is
just-
say, I want to go. I'd rather give him to somebody that wants to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
right.
All you got to do is say, I want to go, guys, and we'll hook you guys up.
Albany Palace Theater. You know the venue.
That's right. The lovely. I mean, they could be at the. Ryan's already got tickets. Good
He's
job,
already
Ryan.
going. He's already prepared. Ryan the Boy Scout.
Hopefully, we get the Nippertown Arena. That'd be pretty nice.
The Nippertown Arena. Well, you got to throw your hat in the ring there.
That's
It's no
big.
longer to be the Times Union Center. I'm thinking perhaps maybe it should be the Spot 518 Arena. Maybe.
If you guys got the cash, why not, right? I
You
think they
don't.
should just give it to us. You know what I mean?
If we had the cash to throw that name up there, I would have to talk to my publisher about that.
Yeah, like break some of that off for break some of that off for Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But maybe it should be Nippertown. Just throw it out there.
The Nippertown Arena, and then you could have like a courtyard, the Spot 518 courtyard.
Maybe be able to right at the end of one of the right at the end of the ice rink there, where you can go there, you can get a nice cocktail, a little lounge right there, maybe a hot tub. See, we could do that.
I think if I was going to take a piece of it, because we're all part of Nippertown,
You have to.
I would want the dirtiest, scuzziest bathroom in the place.
No,
That would
why?
be that would be Fuzzy Hall.
Fuzzy? No, why?
What do you mean?
That's
why?
not your brand. That's not your
Listen, man,
brand.
listen.
Listen.
My listeners and viewers, whatever you call them,
Mhm.
are called degenerates.
Yeah.
We're from the wrong side of the tracks. So put railroad tracks down and then put us on the other side of them. That's us.
No, man. But
Yes.
not dirty. Listen, other side of the tracks. What are you doing on the other side of the tracks? You got a beer ball. You got a bonfire going on.
Did
got
you
a
really just
beer
say
ball,
beer ball, bro?
Beer? Yes, I did. I'm that generation. So you got
Now-
the beer ball going. Because what do you do at the end of the day, at the end of the party, when the beer ball is quote unquote kicked and you got the bonfire going?
What do? You break out the bottle of whiskey that you brought in.
Yes, that. But you throw the ball into the fire.
Well, of course.
And not a good idea, but that's what you do when you're a teenager.
Oh, so you guys used to bring the tap with you.
Well, I did go to school in Bethlehem, so yeah, somebody had a tap.
See, now I went to Colony, so
Yeah.
we used to cut the top off and dip.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Like I said, man, from
It
the wrong
doesn't
side of
matter.
the tracks, bro.
It doesn't matter just so long as you get access to it,
As
right?
long as you're getting the beer, that's cool. We used to have we used to do every third weekend we do like three full kegs in the woods.
Yeah. In
And-
Colony, where in Colony though? What woods in Colony?
It's in like the West Albany section.
Okay.
As you're coming up like Everett Road, there was woods there, and then there was a bunch of cornfields, which is now a huge development, but there
Yeah.
used to be cornfields back there. And it was
Okay.
perfect because the Colony cop cars couldn't get back there. But then they got that Bronco, that bitch Bronco. That
Yep.
thing could go anywhere. And they would chase you. I'd leave the keg. I'd take the tap, but leave the keg. Too heavy.
It's funny. Like it was always like the kid with the older brother would always say, this is a good place to go. Like generation after generation would tell you, right? But wouldn't stop the fact that a lot of times, like the local police officers were of the same generation. They knew where
They
those
know.
places were
Yep.
too. So it's like, oh, you think that this is a good place? But no, the police know where you're going to be.
Of course they do. A lot of times I think they just didn't give a shit.
So long as that's the thing. I think a lot of times with the kids, that, at least I feel like when we were kids, it's like we did our thing and blown off steam. So long as we weren't hurting anybody or destroying any property, it was all
Exactly.
good. It
No.
was all good.
That's what I think. We were in the cornfields. We weren't hurting nobody. If our friends drank too much, we got them. We made sure they got home.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like you weren't leaving nobody behind.
Yeah, but our woods, same thing, man. The development's a bitch. The woods that we had, they're gone. They're gone. They're hot. They're somebody's
Yeah,
backyard right
they're
now.
few and far between. That's for damn sure. So we're going to include the chat in this, and then we're going to get going because I know you probably had a long week. I've had a long day. Well, long. Holy shit! Said hi to Jesus a little while ago. I think. Holy Christ!
There you go.
So we're going to do what I come up with. Is the crew view.
Okay, all
It's
two
like
of us
more
here.
of us, but you and I will handle it. And chat, jump in if you guys have a favorite spot too. My favorite spot's the spot 518, but
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Get that
Somebody
right.
needs to say that.
I'm telling you. But we're gonna talk about so you personally just
Yep.
random. You're gonna stop and get a bite to eat. Where do you go?
A random bite to eat?
Yeah, just
I don't know if
I'm gonna go get something bite to eat. What's your favorite joint?
Dude. Listen, I like fried chicken. All right. So
Mhm.
if we were okay, so I did go out. I was over at Crossgates Mall a little bit ago and noticed, hey, Popeyes is there. I know it's a national chain, so I'm going to follow this up with somebody else
Okay.
in a minute. But Popeyes chicken is good chicken, and I stopped over there and I got a little bit of something there. Now, random, it can't be random in this case. Hattie's restaurant, man. I like getting their chicken and waffles, and I like getting their jambalaya. That's those two things right there are the best, hands down. Gotta go. If you've never been to Hattie's, they're gonna open up in Albany. I don't know when, but they're gonna be in Albany. They're taking over. They're gonna be on Madison right there in downtown.
Really?
And yeah, that's gonna be good stuff.
Nice.
So that's a joint that I like going to get a bite to eat, some good food. That's one place I like to go. Yep.
My personal is Swifties on Everett Road.
Yeah.
They have all around. It's like it's pub food. Great burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Just an all around good place to eat. I dig that place.
Another place I'll say, if you like morning food, right? Breakfast, like a breakfast sandwich.
We'll get to that. Save that one.
Save it? Okay.
That's a topic. I have that one down. What about a romantic dinner? Nice dinner with the wife. You go, hey, let's go someplace nice tonight. Where do you go?
Romantic dinner. Holy cow. My wife and I haven't done that in a while. We stayed home.
She paid me $20 to ask this question, by the way.
Man, you know what? Romance. I'm stalling here. See, we didn't do like the grandiose things, right? Like the place that we liked going to early on in our relationship, right? Was a coffee place right there up in Clifton Park over at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
That was our place. Like before we started drinking coffee, we would go there. And before we started getting into the habit. So we would go there. But as far as like romantic, something that would be nice, man, I don't know. I'm losing it. I'm losing my touch, man. What about you? Where are you going for romance?
There's a place right up here on a corner. It's called DeRaymond's.
Yep.
They have great Italian food. And Delmonico's is another good place to go
Yep.
on Central. And I don't know if they're chain or not, but the Raymond's is a nice little local place. If Delmonico's is a chain, then so be it. But I try to stay away from chain stores as much as I can. I mean, I'll eat at Applebee's every once in a while, but
Yeah.
I dig my locals. You know what I mean?
You gotta support local. Absolutely.
Absolutely. What about just going out and grabbing a beer with the boys after work?
Grabbing a beer. Uh, you know, my hometown, we got a couple of Irish pubs, right?
Yeah.
So we got Slattery's, which is genuinely, I would say, a genuine Irish pub because the guy Liam Slattery and his wife own that place. Liam's from Ireland, and he's got that place decked out. Even though it's right in the middle of a strip mall, it's still you got European football on TV. You got the Irish flag flying nice and proud, and I like going there. That's a good place to go. And Swifties, which is just down the street, which that's a good place to just grab a bite to eat and some and a glass of beer.
Oh, in Delmar.
Yep.
Yeah, mine's just I like the Swifties up here in Everett Road.
Yeah. Before it was Swifties, it was what was it before that? Crap. But in any event, as you can see, my memory sucks. But Swifties or Slattery's is a great place to grab a beer.
I'm trying to think of what the hell the name of the place is. Because now it slipped my mind. I didn't write it. Of course, the one I didn't write down.
Yeah. See, you were prepared. You had the questions and the answers. I'm going just like that's why I am struggling.
I'll come back to it. When I think of it, I'll come back to it. What about if you're going to order a pizza? What's your favorite pizza joint?
See, that's tough. There's so many great pizza places in this area. But Beth's. Yes. Before Swifties, it was Beth's. I used to get the French dip there. Thank you, Matt. Matt is you keep saving me. I love it. Thank you, Matt.
Matt's on point, man.
So pizza, my favorite and family favorite has to be the New Village Deli in Slingerlands. They got so much stuff there, but pizza, they do good. They do a great job with that. I know it's not a common answer for a lot of people, but I don't think a lot of people go down there. A lot of people do patronize it. Go on a Friday night. It's busy as hell.
Yeah.
But if you have a chance, get there. It's good stuff.
Now, being from up here, it's another Everett Road. I'm an Everett Road guy. There's a place called Big Nick's. I love it. They have I love their slices. Yeah. And I love their full pies. They do a great job. But when I was living in Glenmont, you could not beat Romo's Pizza.
Yes. And they got cannoli.
Yep.
And they got cannoli.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. They have that giant cabinet, the giant dessert cabinet there.
Yep.
But their pizza was amazing. Their wings were good. Even their hot sandwiches, their subs, and then sandwich, great food there. Romo's is a good joint.
Oh yeah, they advertise with us, so I'm gonna probably lose them as an advertiser. But I will say, New Village Deli. The reason why I bring them up, they did good with my mom. My mom used to go there all the time. My mom would say, "Those are my peeps." So I, give them a shout out every time I can.
Listen, if you lose sponsorship over Mama, then I'm going to get involved.
I think they'll understand.
Mamas. No.
The folks over at Roma's, they're good people.
They're very good people. Yeah, they're awesome. Okay, next question is: what if you were going to go out and pick up that oboe that you've always wanted?
The oboe.
What local music store would you hit up? You're going out to pick up that instrument you've always wanted. I know you're a big fan of the oboe, so
yeah, right. Well, I'm gonna have to go into the Wayback Machine, right? And this is gonna be a throwback to Skip Parsons, who is being inducted right now as we speak into the Eddie's Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
He's known as a musician, However, he had a music shop in Delmar while I was growing up. I
Skippy's
grew up.
music.
Yep, I grew up actually with his daughter, and she graduated a year after I did. And Stacy, that was the place to go for if you needed an instrument. You went over to see Skip.
Yep.
So I'm just going to throw that out there just for the sake of the fact that, to honor the fact that he's being inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight.
I wanted to see if there was one of these caricatures up here. My father actually played guitar and some banjo in Skip Parsons' Riverboat Jazz Band.
Yep, I know you know Skip. Absolutely.
Parkway music is Parkway and Coulter Park. Great bunch of dudes up there.
Yep.
Very knowledgeable. You guys need instruments, I would say Park. Yeah, Matt says Parkway as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, so many things there. Absolutely.
The love of fuzz and Troy. I like it. I like it. Now, getting back to what you were talking about before, what is your favorite place to get a breakfast sandwich?
Because breakfast sandwich, brother, you need it like on a hard roll. You need eggs, sausage, and bacon. Go for the heart attack. And that, my friend, is McCarroll's.
McCarroll's Deli in Delmar.
Yes. Dude, I can walk to that from our offices, and I did and still do quite often. And I'll hit there, and it's a meal and a half. It's good stuff.
And they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. Yeah. Can't say enough about it. My favorite thing is I could go in there tomorrow. I haven't been there in probably 3 years.
Okay.
Maybe even a little bit longer than that. I could walk in there and the old man would come over and smack me on my shoulder and say, "How you doing, young man?" That guy's the owner. The dude he's off.
Yes,
and he's just as involved in the business as everybody else. He's, most of the time he's giving everybody else that works there a hard time, which is absolutely hilarious to me. But the dude's
the place is busy because there's like 5-6 people behind that counter.
And they're always busy.
Yes.
They're always busy. Yep.
And they never get your order wrong.
Never.
Good stuff.
Ever. Nope. What about your favorite Stewart's? Do you have a favorite Stewart's to hit in the area?
Stewart's is all over the place. Delaware Avenue alone, I think we have like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite that I go to has to be probably, it's right up against the Albany County Rail Trail here in Delmar. It's right before the bridge that goes over Delaware Avenue.
Yep.
And it's a good place you could park your car there, and then you could go partake in the rail trail. You could sit over in the Veterans Park right there. On a good day, there's a bunch of benches, whether it's the Veterans Park or across the rail trail, and there's a couple other benches too. So it's got to be that Stewart's. That's a good place to get a cup of coffee or get some ice cream or do whatever. Swiss cake rolls, good stuff.
Mine, go figure, Everett Road.
Yeah.
But here's the weird thing. This is weird now. Everett Road has one. They just rebuilt this one.
Yep.
Osborne down on Sand Creek has a one in the corner.
Okay.
The mobile station on the corner, Albany, Shaker, and Osborne, is now a Stewart's inside, but it still looks like mobile outside.
Okay.
It's odd. It's really odd how they did it and what they did. Like, it's weird. Inside is the Stewart's, outside mobile. Weird.
They'll change that. They got
eventually. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
All right. Last question, and then we'll wrap this up. Price Chopper or Hannaford? Which guy are you?
Oh, it used to be Hannaford. Things have changed. COVID, managerial changes. So we go oftentimes to Price Chopper now.
I'm the same, Price Chopper as well. And I go at like 8:30 at night. Nobody there. Nobody there. Love it. Well, unfortunately, sir, as much as I enjoy your company, we're at the end of tonight's show.
I will
turn it over to you
Yeah.
for your plugs and shout outs. That way you get everything you need to accomplish and show love to whoever you need to show love to.
All with me. I told you earlier in the show, I am lousy at promoting. I even like slighted one of our advertisers earlier in the show. So that just shows you how well I am with marketing. But so yeah, I'm just going to promote our newspaper. Our newspaper just hit the stands today. So be on the lookout for the Spot 518. We got some articles in there. Do it more for the calendar, I would think, at this point, because I can't tell you what it is that we have in there for music other than we share some information on the Eddies. There was some information on some. I'll just go check it out and find out for yourself.
Don't even be on the lookout for it. Go and right now, go and find yourself a copy of the Spot 518. They work hard on it. Go grab as many as you can. Hand them out to your friends. Don't be throwing them in the garbage can. Don't hand them out to your friends. Tell your friends, go out there and get them. Spot 518. Make sure you're reading your spotlights when they come in the mail.
Yeah, if anything, do it for the pictures in the back, for the redheads. Duncan Crary was able to hook me up with some of the pictures of the get-together that they have for the Extraordinary League of Redheads that they have.
I like it.
So they're in there. So thank you, Duncan. But so yeah, we try to do our best.
You guys do. You guys do a hell of a job. So make sure you guys are going out and supporting that Spot 518. They do a fantastic job. Make sure you guys are heading over to nippertown.com. All your information that you need, local stuff is there. You got music, entertainment, arts, food, et cetera, et cetera. It's all there. Check out the calendar on nippertown.com. Make sure you're tuning into Capital Underground exclusively on nippertown.com. And of course, tomorrow evening, yours truly, That Fuzzing 518 show. That Fuzzing Rock show, excuse me, will be on 7 p.m. Make sure you guys are tuning in. We'll do some more hijinks, fun, and all that other garbage. Nobody wants the flaming lips tickets, I guess.
So I guess they're yours, dude.
I'll give them away tomorrow night on the show.
There you go.
All right. Dude, it's always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you. And we'll see. You're going to be on next week, right?
I'm aiming for it. Unless there's some kind of town board meeting or something like that they got to attend.
I'll call you in sick. How's that sound?
There you go.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next week on The Crew, 7 p.m. Wednesday. Tune in for that. And till then, take care.
Take care, guys.